Hey, church family. I want to take the opportunity to do something that we would do on stage on a Sunday morning, but given the current circumstances, we're unable to do so. So I'm going to make a little announcement honoring our interns. As you know, the college semester has come to a close, and I wanted to take the moment to acknowledge what they have done, not only for our church, but for me personally. Not only do these guys build up our church through volunteering and leading projects, they also are a huge part of my personal life here at the church, a part of my sense of family and community here. Before all of this, each team is in my house once a week. We share a meal together, we study scripture together, and we encourage one another. And I've decided to record this video exactly where I sit during our meetings, and as you can hear my children, this is what it's like to be in an intern meeting. We just talk in my living room and we share our faith together. So they have finished their tenure. I would like to introduce to you our team of interns. This is our team of 1.0 interns, what we call our introductory semester. Abby Smith, Tava Snodgrass, Joseph Wheeler, Caleb Nance. So thank you, Intern 1.0s, for being in this crazy semester of ours. I know some of you are planning on returning in other capacities in the fall, and I'm really excited about that. To Abby, to Caleb, to Joseph, to Tava, thank you so much. I'm excited about envisioning the fall with some of you working in other capacities. Thank you for building up the church in the ways that you do. Now, to our veteran crew, we have a team of 4 interns, some of which have been part of the internship since fall 2017. Let me introduce you to those guys. Alex Curry, Susanna Anderson, John Caldwell, Hannah Siegel. Alex Curry, one of the most unique people I've ever met. Alex Curry helped us to realize and plan one of our, I believe, biggest potlucks. And he did countless other things as what we called the flex internship. More or less, he helped out wherever he was needed. And he has the attitude and the spirit to do so. He also keeps things very spicy, one could say, with his wonderful wit. Alex, thank you for investing in us with your wonderful sense of humor. Susanna is a wonderful teammate in kids ministry. She's deeply empathetic. She's intuitive about children and their needs. And she has helped sculpt a thoughtful and well understood ministry devoted to meeting the kids where they're at. Susanna, I'm so grateful for your quiet strength and your really big heart for kids. Susanna, I'm so glad you're staying one extra semester as a kids ministry intern this summer. John is built like an action figure. The only thing bigger than your shoulders is your heart, man. But more than John's incredible physique, we appreciate John's always upbeat attitude. I've never heard him speak a harsh word to anyone about anything. John's kindness is deep and thorough and indiscriminate. He has long been a bright and enthusiastic spot in the life of our teenagers. Your joy and enthusiasm are contagious, and you have built up our church through it. John, I'm glad you're not leaving Boone. Don't leave, ever. And Hannah, one of my greatest honors has been playing a role in your life and watching you develop a vocational sense of ministry. You have always gone above and beyond. For those of you who don't know Hannah Siegel, she has been a huge shaper of how we do youth ministry. She's been a huge presence in kids ministry. She's been a huge presence in our missions efforts in South Africa. And she's been a huge presence wherever she's been, and especially youth group. The idea of small groups, that was a conversation with Hannah Siegel. The idea of a youth retreat, that was not only a conversation with Hannah Siegel, but that was her sitting me down and convincing me that we needed to do one. Hannah, you have been some of the most encouraging presence in my life ever. For those of you who don't know, Hannah has the opportunity to go do a ministry training program in Virginia Beach. We're very excited about that. You have been in my home since my daughter was 2, and this fall she goes to kindergarten.
I miss you.
Church family, if I'm honest, I'm in a little bit of denial that the semester is over. Some of these interns have been in my life for 3+ years. 1 Thessalonians 5:11, Paul says to build one another up. It's a phrase that Paul uses quite frequently, the word for build, to edify. It's the opposite of tearing each other down. It's the opposite of dividing one another. And that's what the interns have done, not only for me personally, but for many of us in this church family. You've experienced them building you up in ways that you wouldn't even recognize. A lot of the projects that have happened over the years, we've had a potluck, we've had youth retreats, we had an adapted VBS, we've had worship nights. Our team of interns has truly built up this church. They have enriched our lives by providing opportunities for us to serve one another and to attend to God. My son Rowan, when we talked about having a birthday party, wanted to make sure that his friends were here. When he uses the word friends, he's not talking about kids his age. He's talking about the interns.
I miss my friends.
So yeah, I've been meeting digitally with the intern groups at night, and it's after their bedtime, so they haven't seen them in a while. Anyway, needless to say, guys, church family, I just wanted to share this little slice of my life because I am so grateful for these brothers and sisters of mine. And whether or not you felt their charisma and influence and energy as strongly as I have, you're not far removed from someone who has. Our youth group would not look the same without the impact of interns. Kids ministry would not look the same without the wisdom of interns. Studying child development, our programs and the way they interact with the social work community would not look the same without our interns. Our community life would look different without the interns. I know we're all searching for ways to relate to one another when church life corporately is very different than what it used to be. But I think encouraging one another by appreciating one another is one of the strongest ways we can still feel connected. And if there's one blessing to this whole era for me personally, is that we decided to extend our meetings with the interns kind of indefinitely through the summer, just to keep each other sane. It's enabled me to postpone the inevitable of saying goodbye to our graduating interns, which have meant so much to me. In all honesty, they're some of my deepest friends. I know that has been cultivated through our pursuit of Christ together. They've been a huge part of me feeling at home at the heart. So, church family, whether or not you've even met any of these interns, I want you to know that God is alive and at work in the next generation of Christian leaders. I've seen it. My wife and I talk about this frequently, that we have hope for the church. I'm sure you've all been a part of conversations that talk about the decline of Christianity in the West and such. I'm not so worried about it. I've met the next generation of leaders, and they're amazing people, and they love Christ, and they love each other. I'm really excited about the church being led by them in the future. And in so many ways, we already have been led by them. I cannot wait till we share the table again. When this thing is lifted, we're all going to eat a big potluck at my house. Rain check.